Hello everyone and welcome to this review from Monday Night Raw, September 24th, 2012. And to start off the show, we had Punk and Heyman was cutting a promo. And at first, everybody said that this made Punk look weak. Why would he have somebody talking for him? And in all honesty, I thought the same thing at first until I really sat and thought about it later on in the show. I mean, once you think about it, it looked great. Punk just sitting there, holding the title, looking out to the crowd, and Heyman speaking for him. It just made him look a lot stronger, and I really think that it helped the whole Punk and Heyman situation. And then AJ Lee came out, and Heyman proposed to her, and I thought that was good. Anything to stir the pot a little, and AJ slapped him, and first it was Vicky, now it's Heyman, and I think they're gonna let this whole situation build until they find a permanent Raw and SmackDown GM. And at first I liked AJ, but now it's getting stale with her. But Booker T's always entertaining because he's got Eve and he's got Teddy Long, and I think he's doing good on SmackDown. I miss him on commentating because I was just getting used to him commentating, and then he's gone. And that it's weird, but I hope that if they do make two new or just one solid GM for both shows, that he gets to go back on commentary. And after that, we had Ziggler versus Kingston, which was amazing. Ziggler's having such great matches here lately, and they're really building him up. I think a few more clean victories. That's what they should do, is just make all of his victories clean, leading up to him cashing in, which honestly might be at Hell in a Cell. Everybody thought SummerSlam, and then everybody thought Night Champions for sure, because they cannot squeeze Sheamus and Del Rio anymore. As much as they've squeezed it, it is ridiculous. They're on Raw, they're on SmackDown, they're on all the pay-per-views together doing something. And it's just too much Sheamus and Del Rio. And I hope the Big Show comes and feuds with Sheamus, and they just have like a one match leading into Hell in a Cell. So the Big Show can like destroy Sheamus at the end or whatever, and then Ziggler cash in, because I think now would be a great time for Ziggler, because I honestly don't see him let him holding it up till WrestleMania, even till the Royal Rumble. So why not give him a good solid 2 or 3 month title run, and then let him drop it before the Royal Rumble, because whoever has it at the Royal Rumble usually goes on to WrestleMania. And everybody's still wondering what's happening with the Punk and Rock. Are they going to face at Royal Rumble? Is Cena going to win the title? We don't even know if Cena's going to be in Hell in a Cell, and we'll talk about that more in just a little bit. What happened at the end of Monday Night Raw that pretty much shocked everybody. And we had Miz versus Ryback, and Ryback squashed the Miz. That was actually something I wasn't expecting. I was hoping that they would give him a clean win, as much as I like the Miz. But if they're going to build up Ryback, he needs to get over, clean, not have a victory over the Intercontinental Champion with like a DQ or a countout. And I was hoping, that they would have like a little program. I thought that the match was too soon in a way. I figured that they would have a week like Miz on commentary, Ryback doing a match, and then Miz coming in and interfering and giving him a disqualification, and then they had the match next week. But they had it right then, and it was just Ryback squashing Miz. And we had a bunch of segments. Well, Friday we had a ton of segments with Kane and Daniel Bryan, and I was wondering why they was on there so much, because they started off the show, well, Edge started off the show, but they was in the first segment. They had 2 or 3 backstage segments. Kane had a match, Daniel Bryan had a match, then a tag team match, and the ending of SmackDown was just great. I loved what they done with the chairs, hitting all the tag teams and stuff. And then their segment on Raw was pretty great as well. And I really love what WWE is doing right now with the tag team division, because I really like that they threw Damian Sandow and Cody Rhodes in after we found out the name of Kane and Daniel Bryan was actually Team Hell No, which I was hoping would win it. And I honestly thought at first it was the Primetime Players, because we saw them backstage watching the tag team match, and I thought that they had come in and interfered, but it was actually Sandow and Rhodes, and now they're called the Rhodes Scholars. And I like that there's a few teams, in the title picture run. I don't think R-Truth and Kingston are done yet. I think that they could come back up in the ranks. As boring as the tag team they were, just give a spot for both the guys for the time being. And their restaurant segments were hilarious, I thought. And I really like that they're getting a lot of time, because they're honestly the reason to watch Raw. And that was near the end of the show, and middle show we had Foley came out. Just out of nowhere, they just said that we have a surprise guest and he's coming out after the commercial break. And I honestly didn't know who to expect. I was expecting Flair because of rumors that he's supposed to come back to WWE. But it was Foley, and him and Punk had such a great promo, I thought. And I think that Punk needed that in a way, because honestly I like CM Punk. I like him a lot, but after him and Foley, I realized why I liked him so much, because for the past few weeks I was like, man, Cena's been doing a little bit better than Punk. And then after that, it was just amazing. And so after that, after the whole Punk and Foley thing, they announced that Cena was going to come out to talk for the main event or whatever. Before that, we had Brodus Clay versus Tensai, which honestly I would like seeing the whole match, but we had Big Show come back, which was pretty good. They needed him back since Cena was injured, and I didn't know if he would feud with Punk or not. I couldn't see it. I figured that they would make Big Show heel just for a little bit longer to give something to SmackDown. But who knows, since he KO'd both, we don't know if he's coming back as a heel, a babyface, or just a straight up monster. And I don't think WWE needs any monsters right now. I think for a while that they were trying to build up too many people, and right now they've got Wade Barrett they're trying to build back, which honestly shouldn't even have to happen. Okay, he should have won the title whenever he was in Nexus, that way they wouldn't have to build him up now. He could have won it in Nexus and it'd be believable. And they're building him, they're building Ryback, they're building the Primetime Players up. It's a good tag team. They had a match with Zack Ryder and Santino, which I knew was going to be the Primetime Players winning. But I wish that match would have went on, because squash tag team matches are worse than anything. And we also had the Eve Beth Phoenix match, and then Caitlyn came out and said that her attacker was somebody who was blonde-headed, and then Eve just laid out Beth Phoenix, which I thought that was a little bit of a nice twist, because I figured that they were going to go ahead and just announce that it was Eve and then them have a match at Hell in a Cell. But the fact that they're trying to drain it a little bit more is good, I guess. I mean, Divas matches, no offense, are usually break time for me. Just go use the restroom or something. And the main event was John Cena coming out and talking about his injury and stuff, and whether he'd be at Hell in a Cell. And then Punk came out and said that he was gonna do more damage to Cena if he didn't leave after Punk turned around for 5 seconds. And whenever he turned around after 5 seconds, Cena just blasted him in the midsection with a lead pipe. And I thought that was going to be the end of the show, just Cena, cheering in the ring and taunting and all that stuff. But it cut backstage, Cena's music still playing in the background, and then Punk walks by Foley, and at first, I didn't think that I thought Punk was going to do something, but once he walked by, I was just, I didn't think that he was going to do anything. But whenever it stopped, I knew that I thought he was going to hit Foley in the back of the head with the title, but he just kicked him in the gut and was standing there. And as he was standing there, Ryback was standing beside Foley, and that ended the show. And the way CM Punk was looking, I thought it might have been the Big Show. I figured that he would come back like that instead of in a match, just interfering on a random match. But I'll talk about Ryback probably in the next video, how I feel about that whole situation. Is it too soon for him or not? But that was just a little recap of Monday Night Raw, and if I forgot something, I'm sorry. I usually do these videos the night after or the day after, because if it sticks in your head better, I think, and you can remember it better instead of just after Raw rushing and then trying to remember everything. So if I forgot anything, I'm sorry. But that's the end of the video, and the belt videos are coming. I've got one coming through the mail, and then I'll be ready to show off my title belts, what everybody's been asking me to do, and I got one this weekend. And yeah, so thumbs up, thumbs down, comment, like, please subscribe. I think I've got 30 subscribers now, which is amazing, and I hope to get more, especially wrestling fans. But if you're a fan of the music too, subscribe. And I guess that's gonna be it, so I'll see you later.